Just imagine you're a young child and your father is coming home from work. Before he left, he told you if you don't finish your homework by the time he comes back, he'll be really angry. And now you are sitting on a dinner table with him, facing him right in front of him. Picture yourself in that scenario and imagine how your body is reacting to the situation. How are you breathing? Are you breathing really comfortably, really calmly, or are you short breathing up to your chest? How is your body positioned? Are you sort of just closed off like a turtle? Or are you sitting up like Conor McGregor? What if I told you that as a child, you've been in that position, in that physical state for so long that it's literally become a default for you? And even if you look at how you are sitting right now as you're watching this video, you're going to see an impact of that on you. Now, just sit still exactly how you are right now and look at your body. How comfortably are you sitting? Is your body like retracted? Are you closing off the middle of your stomach? How are you breathing? How is your breathing pattern? Are you breathing through your whole body or are you just breathing very short? You can't even imagine how much of an impact that small detail had on your life, on your health. But the good news is, if you watch this video without getting distracted, without flicking through, if you just watch it from start to finish, I'm going to teach you step by step how to untangle your entire body and your mind at the same time. How can I even make this promise? Because I'm a guy who's been exactly in your shoes. I have literally walked the exact same miles as you, my friend. Firstly though, why is this even a thing from a psychological perspective? Whenever we as humans sense some form of danger from the outside, our natural reaction is to just hide away. So our body does this in two ways. First of all, we try to make ourselves as small as possible. So during anxiety, you see people with their head down, like bad posture, their arms are like on front of their body, and that's just making yourself small so the predators can't see you basically. And same thing with the breath, right? When you are in danger, you try to breathe less. Because when you start to breathe really heavy like me, people around you will start to sense your presence. Not just here, they will literally sense it. So all it is a primal defense mechanism of your body. And so why is your body stuck in this position? Well, most of us have been raised in survival mode. Everything, if you think about through your life, it was all about trying to avoid some form of threat. Whether it was, Abdullah, if you go to school and you get kicked out, you're not going to be able to get a job and then your family will starve to death. What if your teacher finds out and you're going to get bad grades and then, you're not going to be able to go into university? Oh my God, it's the end of the world. And then on top of that, you are afraid that your family is going to come and beat you. As Muslim men, we spend most of our life next to our family, our parents. And it's because we were so fearful in front of them, because they were so protective and very strict on us, we've sort of adapted to always live in this constant state of fight or flight. Just think back to when you went to the mosque last, or when you went to a Muslim community, wherever you go, and you see a whole bunch of Muslims. We have to admit the truth, right? And this is something that a lot of you will get mad at me for. But a lot of Muslims don't have healthy bodies. And I'm not even talking about being overweight, being too skinny. Most Muslims, especially the older people, they have this weird stubborn belly. Like, it's not even really fat. It's like a weird belly. It's like ironed. And their whole body looks like it's being compressed downwards, bro. I'm not trying to insult anyone with this. I'm simply pointing out, physiological facts. It almost looks like there's a magnet in the middle of their body that's retracting their whole body into itself. It's repressing it. And that's likely what's happening with you as well. You may not realize it because you're young, but this is the internal process. I used to think when I was young that this was a racial thing. In fact, I was extremely insecure about these things growing up. Because there were people at my school who weren't even working out. Like, I was doing pull-ups, push-ups, but for some reason, their body just looked so much bigger and more free than mine. And I was always really curious as to why that is, and I ended up just blaming it on my race. When I started to change my mentality, I started to, go to wrestling and I started to do boxing, my body literally began to change in some really weird ways. So why do we need to change this in the first place? The thing is, we now live in a world where you can actually use your unique gifts and your unique personality to benefit the world and the community in your own unique way. This is not something that was really possible for our parents. So this is likely why they were so protective, because in their life, they didn't have these opportunities that we have now. So they had to be on survival mode all the time. And that's why they raised you like that as well. But it is your job now, as a man who's living in the West, or at least living in a decent capitalistic time. This is your chance to break that bond. This is not even something you can do. This is something you must do for your bloodline. In this video, I'm going to run you step by step on how I personally went about untangling my mind and my body. So we'll start with your mentality first, right? Right now, when you go into any institution, whether it's work, whether it's like a mosque, library, any public place, you're sort of like caged up. You're like, what's coming from behind me? How are people thinking about me? Are people judging me? Am I going to see my uncle who's going to get mad at me? All these thoughts are subconsciously in your mind. So you're always reacting to the things that are coming through. What you need to do is you need to flip that the other way around. Now, this is going to blow your mind, right? I want you to literally imagine yourself radiating light. Like right now, as you are sitting there, like what I would do if I was you right now is I would just open my body up, right? And I would pretend that there's light coming out of me and it's just shining through everything. This might sound really stupid and hippie, but just trust me on this. As you do that, begin to think yourself as an individual. Think about your unique gifts, and your job is to aggressively force that into the world. Not because, they don't want you on there or it's a wrong thing to do, but because to get anything out of this life, you need to just be aggressive and force yourself into it. This is literally the case with everything and every famous person ever. Trust me. Don't expect these things to just come naturally. You need to just be really aggressively yourself. You need to assert yourself very aggressively onto the world. Obviously, when you live like this, you're going to start realizing you're going to be more and more like these Europeans. Now, we like to make fun of Europeans because they do a lot of haram things. They don't know the meaning of family, whatever, right? But truthfully, they do some things that we can truly learn from. When I used to see white people at school, they were just so different from me. Not in their physical appearance or anything like that. They were able to raise their voice way more than me. The way they walked was different. They used to stand up to teachers, which never even crossed my mind. Now, I want you to rewind back to everything I said. Everything I said about, radiating light and offering your unique gifts aggressively to the world. And I want you to just get that through to your head, but just internalize that. And as you think like that, watch your body start changing. Close your eyes, and if you're sitting like this, most likely when you start thinking like that and you imagine yourself walking into a university or work with this mentality, your body is slowly going to start changing. Watch, I'll do this with you right now. There we go. Did you do it? Let me know in the comments how you went, or let me know if I'm, cringe as hell, whatever. The second step is to change yourself physiologically. And this is going to be like the final cherry on top of this whole exercise. The number one thing that you need to be focusing on is your breath. The thing is, when you live in a protective environment, the way you breathe ends here. Like your breath doesn't go anywhere below your chest, because your body is trying to conserve the energy and trying to make yourself small. So it's only gonna take out the oxygen into the most necessary parts. A couple of years ago, I saw some of these breathing exercises. I don't know why I saw it. I stumbled onto it. I think it was from Hamza or something. And when they talk about breathing all the way into your belly, when I tried that, I physically couldn't do it. Like when I took a deep breath, my belly wasn't expanding. It was literally going down as I was breathing in. Do it right now. Try to breathe right now and let me know if what happens. Is your stomach going inside as you breathe in, or is it going up? If it's going inside, your body is literally stuck in fight or flight response, bro. Manually think about expanding your stomach as you breathe in. And I want you to envision the oxygen going from your mouth all the way down to your stomach, all the way to the bottom of your belly. Did you feel that? This is literally going to like open up these dormant parts of your body that have been like, scrunched up and tangled together for such a long time. And as you do this, I want you to focus on this when you walk around. Matter of fact, if you are really taking this seriously, I suggest you go and walk around immediately after this video. And as you walk, I want you to focus on two things. Firstly, I want you to focus on your pelvis. So the middle of your body, exactly where your legs and the top of your body attaches. And I want you to try and keep that pelvis still and as long as possible as you walk. You're gonna start feeling like an absolute Chad when you walk like this. You're gonna feel like a lion, bro. And then at the same time, I want you to make it as comfortable as possible for the whole oxygen to go through and outside of your body super easily. When you focus on these things, you're going to walk so differently. I promise you, when you go around and you walk like this, people in the street are literally going to look at you like, just going to like give these little glances because you're going to look like an absolute Chad. People will literally start to feel you walking into the room. Like this is actually crazy, bro. This is literally going to help you in every aspect of your life. Whether it's relationships, your future marriage, your respect from your friends, everything is going to go uphill as soon as you implement this. So if you find this video helpful, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I suggest you save this video and you go back to it once in a while, just so I can get more views, but also so you can actually keep this in mind for the next couple of months so you don't just forget it until it becomes a true habit.